And welcome back as we journey through the book of Acts. Today we're in chapter 5. And what we're going to do is what we always do. We read a portion of scripture and we pull out a timeless truth. Today we're going to be in verses 12 through 16. Let's read. Now many signs and wonders were regularly done among the people by the hands of the apostles, and they were all together in Solomon's portico. None of the rest dared join them, but the people held them in high esteem. And more than ever, believers were added to the Lord, multitudes of both men and women, so that they even carried out the sick into the streets and laid them on cots and mats, that as Peter came by, at least his shadow might fall on some of them. The people also gathered from the towns around Jerusalem, bringing the sick and those afflicted with unclean spirits, and they were all healed. So after the deaths of Ananias and Sapphira, we read that great fear came upon the whole entire church. The news must have spread so quickly throughout the whole entire region that God would not tolerate deception, nor would he allow his work to be distorted by those seeking attention or even control. A holy fear was marked by reverence and awe, settled not only on the church but also on the world that was watching them. So verse 13 says, none of the rest dared join them, and it indicated that people hesitated to casually align themselves with this movement. Following Jesus wasn't about joining a feel-good community, but it was a serious invitation to transformation and holiness. The people's hesitancy wasn't because of doubt in the apostles' message or the reality of the miracles. That part was really compelling, but the real tension came with the cost. Here was the cost: surrendering control, abandoning old ways, and look at this, being accountable before a holy God. Yet despite that, more believers were added. The gospel carried so much power and the beauty that people were willing to face their fear, embrace accountability, and commit their lives to the glory of God. So in the end, the fear of the Lord wasn't meant to drive people away. It was meant to call them into something deeper, a life of true transformation and surrender. The gospel isn't just an invitation to join a group. It's an invitation to live a completely different life for God's glory. So church, I want to encourage you that you would view God not as some cosmic teddy bear, not as some angry God, but a God who loves you and desires transformation in you, that he's not willing to keep you where you're at, but he welcomes you and invites you into being transformed into the image of his son. And so that might mean holding you accountable to areas that you might struggle with. Trust the process, trust him. He is worthy and faithful of our trust. God bless.